Welcome to UK Learnings. After watch this video, please subscribe to give us your support. And don't forget to click bell icon to get more videos.
What was encouraged to develop the UK economy in 1950? Immigration, education, slave trade, savings accounts. The answer is immigration. During the 1950s, there was still a shortage of labour in the UK. Further immigration was therefore encouraged for economic reasons, and many industries advertised for workers from overseas. Where is the Eden Project located? Cornwall, Dorset, London, Liverpool. The answer is Cornwall. The Eden Project is located in Cornwall, in the southwest of England. Its biomes, which are like giant greenhouses, house plants from all over the world. What university did Isaac Newton attend? Cambridge, Oxford, Warwick, London State University. The answer is Cambridge. Born in Lincolnshire, Eastern England, Isaac Newton first became interested in science when he studied at Cambridge University. He became an important figure in the field. When were women given the right to vote at the age of 18? 1969, 1918, 1928, 1959. The answer is 1969. By 1918, the voting franchise was extended to women over 30, and then in 1928 to men and women over 21. In 1969, the voting age was reduced to 18 for men and women. Which movement campaigned for the women's rights? Suffragettes, Chartists, Quakers, bishops. The answer is suffragettes. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, an increasing number of women campaigned and demonstrated for greater rights and, in particular, the right to vote. They formed the women's suffrage movement and became known as suffragettes. During slave trade, where did slaves primarily come from? West Africa, South Africa, North Africa, East Africa. The answer is West Africa. Slaves came primarily from West Africa. Traveling on British ships in horrible conditions, they were taken to America and the Caribbean, where they were made to work on tobacco and sugar plantations. When did many Scottish people leave for North America? 19th century, 18th century, 17th century, 20th century. The answer is 19th century. A process began which became known as the Highland clearances. Many Scottish landlords destroyed individual small farms, known as crofts, to make space for large flocks of sheep and cattle. What is the country house owned by the Prime Minister called? Chequers, chalet, cottage, dormitory. The answer is Chequers. The official home of the Prime Minister is 10 Downing Street, in central London, near the Houses of Parliament. He or she also has a country house outside London called Chequers. What is MP's responsibility? To represent everyone in their constituency, to represent everyone in the UK, to point out failures, to get as many votes as possible. The answer is to represent everyone in their constituency. MPs have a number of different responsibilities. They represent everyone in their constituency, help to create new laws, scrutinize and comment on what the government is doing, debate important national issues. Where did many of the Vikings settle after they got defeated? Danelaw, Dorset, Lancashire, Pale. The answer is Danelaw. The Anglo-Saxon kingdoms in England united under King Alfred the Great, who defeated the Vikings. Many of the Viking invaders stayed in Britain, especially in the east and north of England, in an area known as the Danelaw. Many places' names there, such as Grimsby and Scunthorpe, come from the Viking languages. What is Diwali often called? The Festival of Lights, the Festival of the Sun, the Festival of Fire, the Festival of Love. The answer is the Festival of Lights. Diwali normally falls in October or November and lasts for 5 days. It is often called the Festival of Lights. Which of the devolved administrations has been suspended a few times? Northern Ireland Assembly, Scottish Parliament, Welsh Assembly, Westminster. The answer is Northern Ireland Assembly. Here has been a Welsh Assembly and a Scottish Parliament since 1999. There is a Northern Ireland Assembly, although this has been suspended on a few occasions. Which of these is known as West End in London? Theaterland, Playland, Actorland, Actland. The answer is Theaterland. There are theatres in most towns and cities throughout the UK, ranging from the large to the small. London's West End, also known as Theaterland, is particularly well known. What is the maximum fine if you watch TV without a valid TV license? £1,000, £500, £3,000, £2,000. The answer is 1,000. You will receive a fine of up to £1,000 if you watch TV but do not have a TV license. What percentage of the total population lives in Scotland? 8%, 5%, 6%, 7%. The answer is 8%. The population is very unequally distributed over the 4 parts of the UK. England more or less consistently makes up 84% of the total population, Wales around 5%, Scotland just over 8% and Northern Ireland less than 3%. Who developed important economics ideas? Adam Smith, James Watt, David Hume, Richard Arkwright. The answer is Adam Smith. Many of the great thinkers of the Enlightenment were Scottish. Adam Smith developed ideas about economics which are still referred to today. What was the Spanish Armada? A large fleet of ships, a large army of people, a French and Spanish army, an illness. The answer is a large fleet of ships. Elizabeth became one of the most popular monarchs in English history, particularly after 1588, when the English defeated the Spanish Armada, a large fleet of ships, which had been sent by Spain to conquer England and restore Catholicism. Which is not a Protestant Christian group? Catholics, Methodists, Presbyterians, Baptists. The answer is Catholics. There is no established church in Wales or Northern Ireland. Other Protestant Christian groups in the UK are Baptists, Methodists, Presbyterians and Quakers. There are also other denominations of Christianity, the biggest of which is Roman Catholic. How many years did Charles I try to rule without Parliament? 11, 14, 16, 20. The answer is 11. For 11 years, Charles I found ways in which to raise money without Parliament's approval, but eventually trouble in Scotland meant that he had to recall Parliament. What is the most famous rugby tournament? The Six Nations Championship, the Wimbledon Championship, the Super Bowl, Royal Ascot. The answer is the Six Nations Championship. The most famous rugby union competition is the Six Nations Championship between England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, France and Italy. The Super League is the most well-known rugby league, club, competition. Which of these was a British plane in WWII? Hurricane, MiG-21, PAC-22, F-22. The answer is Hurricane. The most important planes used by the Royal Air Force in the Battle of Britain were the Spitfire and the Hurricane, which were designed and built in Britain. What is the longest distance on the mainland in the UK? 870 miles, 950 miles, 1,400 miles, 1,240 miles. The answer is 870 miles. The longest distance on the mainland is from John O'Groats on the north coast of Scotland to Land's End in the southwest corner of England. It is about 870 miles, approximately 1,400 kilometers. Who became famous in silent movies for his tramp character? Sir Charles Chaplin, Sir Chris Hoy, Sir Francis Drake, Sir Christopher Wren. The answer is Sir Charles Chaplin. Sir Charles, Charlie, Chaplin became famous in silent movies for his tramp character and was one of many British actors to make a career in Hollywood. What happens at 11 o'clock on the Remembrance Day? 2-minute silence, 1-minute silence, 30-second silence, 10-second silence. The answer is 2-minute silence. Remembrance Day, the 11th of November, commemorates those who died fighting for the UK and its allies. Originally it commemorated the dead of the First World War, which ended on the 11th of November 1918. People wear poppies, the red flower found on the battlefields of the First World War. At 11:00 a.m. there is a 2-minute silence and wreaths are laid at the Cenotaph in Whitehall, London. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe, share, like, and don't forget to click the bell icon to get more videos.